Alright, do we know everything we want to say about it?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, man. I mean, you know, it's a pretty decent mod. I think I like how you can customize it.
Right? It's like you can have it like this, or like that.
Yeah.
Put it back to normal.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a mod. What up, YouTube? Welcome in Between Two Beards. I'm Justin, aka Dub.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're doing a full review of the ALEADER
Funky 160.
Funky 160.
Yeah.
And it is just that, it's a funky son of a bitch.
Yeah, it overall has been a great mod.
Not bad, not bad.
We're going to go ahead and dive down close. We did the unboxing in the first look, as we always say.
Yep.
So we're not going to mess with the box, but I didn't go over any of the menu functions, so I figured all those out. Super simple, easy menu. So we're going to go over all that, and then we'll come back out and talk about it. So,
sounds good.
Be
Let's
right
get
back.
inside of it, man.
Yep.
Alright guys, here's going to be a very quick up close with the Funky 160 by ALEADER. Again, we did the unboxing in the first look, so there's nothing in the box but a manual and the mod. So I do have two colors here. Dub's is the stainless steel, and mine is the gunmetal, which you can tell there's a very slight difference there. But this one's more of a blacked chrome, and this one's just more of a kind of polished yet kind of brushed stainless steel. But I want to show you the difference in some of the panels. These are both, I believe these were both Beowulf, which is one of the color schemes on their website. They all have different names. And you can just see how different they are, which is the nice thing about resin. You know, they're all completely unique. His has a lot more swirling and some silvers and whites in there, and mine is just blue. I was a little disappointed when I got these out of the box, honestly. There's a couple little spots of green in here, but anyway. And then this is one of the other colors. I don't remember what the name of it was. I'm pretty sure I couldn't pronounce it anyway. And then this is the one that mine actually came with. So you can definitely tell there's a lot of differences between the different panels. But again, that's the nice thing about this mod is they're all unique and you can customize because you've got the side with the batteries and then you've got the other side and they both come off. I'm going to show you really quick one issue I have with the battery or with the mod itself, and that's nothing against ALEADER. Everybody used to use these, but I don't like these battery terminals where it's just an angled piece of metal because they have a tendency if you don't pull them out just dead straight that it'll grab your battery wraps, and that sucks. But anyway, that'll do it for that. I'm just going to go over the menu system really quick. This is a 5-click on, 5-click off. So there it's off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it comes back on. 3 clicks locks the device, so 1, 2, 3, and it's locked. So now you can't fire it, you can't adjust anything, everything's locked, which is nice. I like that. I hate mods that you can lock the up and down, but not the fire switch. That doesn't seem to do me any good. But then 1, 2, 3 unlocks the device. To get into the menu, you just hold down the up and down buttons for a couple seconds. And then that power mode at the top there will start flashing. And then if you hit up, that'll take us into temperature control mode. Now if you hit the power button, that'll make the TI start flashing. Now we can scroll through to stainless steel, to nickel, and then back to titanium. And then we hit the power button again, and that takes us back up there. Now you can either just let this time out, or you can hold the up and down buttons again, and that'll take you out of there. That's pretty much it. Now, if we go back in here and go to back to power mode, now if we hit the power button or the fire button, goes from powerful to standard to soft, which is the ramp up time. I'm going to jump back out here. Let's see here, and jump back out here and go back to temperature control. So now, when you're in temp mode, you can control your wattage on the main screen. Now, if you want to change your temperature, you got to lock the mod. So now it's locked. Now we hold the up and down button for a couple seconds. And that's where you can change your actual temperature. And it'll round robin back to Celsius, and then it goes up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty much it. I mean, on the screen, you've got your battery readout here. You've got a joule counter, which we'll talk about in a minute. Right here is the amps that you're drawing off your batteries as you're firing. Here's a puff counter, which resets itself every single time you change the batteries, which is super annoying. Here's your applied voltage, and then here's your resistance, and then obviously I'm in soft, and your your watts here, which go all the way up to 160. But I think that's about it. We're going to jump back out and talk about it for a few minutes, and we'll be right back.
Alright guys, that was the up close of the ALEADER Funky 160 Boxmod.
Yeah. It's a super simple mod, 160 watts, dual 18650. It works. It's one of those mods where nothing is like overly special about it, but it does its job.
This is what I'm going to call one of those 50-50 mods.
Yeah.
It's got 50% good things about it, but it equally has a couple of things that I don't want to say necessarily bad, but you can see where this mod, I think, was developed specifically for the poor man who wants a cartel.
Which is great because I am a poor man who wants a cartel.
Right. You get those $120+ mods, and that starts getting quite expensive.
It takes it out of the hands of a lot of blue-collar people that vape and just, but...
this mod is fairly inexpensive for what it is.
Yeah, they're $50, 55, 50? I think they're 50. Yeah. They're $49.99. Vapewild.com, which we'll put a link in the description. No affiliation with those guys. They're the only ones in the U.S. to carry this. So if you want one, that's where you got to get it.
So we went over a whole bunch of stuff in the up close, guys, and we obviously covered a whole bunch of little things in the first look. But pros and cons, let's just get right into it. Let's not dwell.
Pros, it's beautiful. That's kind of a pro and a con, and here's why I say that. A lot of the pictures I've seen online, and we've got one up right here, a lot of the other videos I've watched, which there's not a lot of videos out for this, they have these plates as just these crazy, swirly, beautiful colors. Yeah,
very vibrant.
And the ones we got just aren't.
They're a little bit more dull than I was anticipating.
I ordered, this one is, I don't remember, I think Beowulf is the blue one, and mine is literally just a slab of blue. There's like no swirling at all. Now, he ordered that same color.
I've got a lot of swirl in mine.
And his is... It's still just not...
When you look on it online, now obviously we are aware, because I know trolls are going to have a field day here, we are aware that resin is going to be different. There's no two panels that are going to be alike, and that's fine. But the way they advertise the initial coloring, it's very, very vibrant.
Right, lots of colors, lots of swirls, lots of
very Marvel colorish, very bright and in your face.
Right, and
we get the mods, and it was like, okay, it looks like this was taken on a dull day.
The ones mine came with were these green ones. I can't figure out what color these are supposed to be because they don't really look like any of the colors. These are pretty. I really like these. Again, I got the Beowulf, which is supposed to be this crazy blue and vibrant blues and greens and purples and whites and stuff, and it's just a slab of blue. I've got two different panels on here, but both of them look pretty much just like this. This one, I don't remember, like Yigsdale or something.
That's actually kind of similar to the color that I got initially, just a little bit less yellow.
This one's got some more movement in it, but again, it's kind of just a blocky yellow. But I like them all. It just, I'm a little disappointed in how lackluster the swirling effect is. I love the rubberized feel. It does have that soft feel like the cartel, and that feels great to me. I like the feel of this mod in my hand. That's a pro to me. Is the feel of the mod in the hand. It's a comfortable mod. It's not huge. It's not tiny.
Right.
It feels a little cheap. I hate to say that, but it in the hand it feels like a $50 mod.
This is a very, very, very lightweight mod, guys. I will be the first one to tell you that. The panels, I like the coating. However, I'm noticing I've actually dropped this a couple of times, and I don't know. It's just almost like I don't have the texture on it that I'm used to.
I don't have any issues with that, but
the other thing is all panels are not made equal.
Yeah, see, mine no movement at all. The yellow ones did that.
But if you put the panels that came with the model,
right.
It's a much better fit and finish.
There's some definite inconsistencies in the panel as far as the fit goes, which is a little disappointing. The ones mine came with fit great. The yellowy ones fit great on this side, but wobbled a lot on the battery side. The blue ones I got fit great on both sides. So yeah, I don't know.
right.
That's weird. But
like I said, one of my big cons that I stated this in the first look, and it still holds true, are these vents. Now,
I don't like the vents.
I don't mind vents. The problem that I have is I'm holding these vents right here. And if for some reason these batteries decided they wanted to vent, something's coming out of here.
Well, that's not the issue I have with them. I was using primarily my Kylan tank on here, and Kylan users, I've found, all agree that there's no way to keep that thing from leaking a little bit of juice out the bottom. And it's fine. Yeah. My problem is if this is sitting down and juice starts to work its way out, especially in the cup holder of my truck, I don't want juice to get down in there. Direct access to my batteries. So that's the reason I don't like these.
So now, I'd like to see them do with the vents.
The venting on the bottom is perfectly fine. You know, if they would have just doubled up on that, I think it would have been great, and ditched the vents on the back. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have any major cons with this.
I'm willing to give these guys a little bit of leeway because this is their first outing with their own mod.
Yeah, everything else I've seen from this company just kind of looking, because I had never heard of the company before, but a lot of the other stuff they have are clones of other mods.
I didn't even know it existed until you sent me a text and said, hey bro, check this mod out.
Yeah. A lot of their other stuff that they have on the market is clones of other devices. I think this is their first, like, hey, this is something we made kind of a thing. So, yeah, you know, first outing, you got to give them a little bit of whatever.
Screen is, I guess that's another one I want to just touch on real quick. I don't know what the fuck the point of a joules meter is. Why would you need to know what the joules are on this mod? There's absolutely no point in it.
Yeah, I don't see the point. The screen is definitely cluttered like crazy. They could dump the joule and the puff counter. See, my issue with, normally I'm like, no puff counters, no puff counters, no puff counters. The puff counter doesn't bother me on here because it's small enough. My problem with it is it resets every time you set the battery or put new batteries in.
Yep.
It's like there's no point to having a puff counter if it resets every time you change the batteries.
The ohm and the volts get lost in the puff counter and the joules. Like they made like the joule readout one of its own section, and I don't understand why. Like I've never heard anybody like, dude, how many joules you rocking?
Right. I mean, joules was something that was a big thing back when temp control first started hitting the scene. Like a lot of mods used joules instead of watts while you're in temp mode. So I'm not really sure why they did that. But battery life on this is not bad.
It's on the level of that of what the drag mod, basically. Maybe a little less.
I'm getting with my Kylan on here vaping at like 60. I think I was vaping like 68, 70 watts on this. I was getting like 9.5 hours.
So yeah, I was rocking my big baby sub-ohm tank all week when I was using this. I was doing about 9.5, 10 hours.
Yeah, somewhere in there. It's not bad.
Not staggering, but it's not terrible.
Right. So they get a pass on the battery life for me.
The button is nice. All the buttons are great. Like I said, this is not a bad quality mod, guys. It's just the fact that, unfortunately, when I put this next to, this one's not a resin one, but if you have a resin mod, I will pick this every time.
Right.
Every time.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the pros and cons. Overall, it's a good mod. It works fine. I would give it a pass. If you want a resin mod for $50 that you can customize and you can change the panels on both sides as we showed before, you can take them off. That's the non-battery side. Then you've got the battery door side. If you want one that you can customize like that, buy this. Yes. If you want a resin mod that you just buy and you don't care about customizing, I would recommend going with the drag.
Like I said, the panels aren't expensive to buy the new panels, and they have like a half a dozen different panels you can choose from. Like I said, guys, it's not a bad mod. It's going to get a pass from me.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that after using it for about a week, 2 weeks, I'm just, you know what, I'm more excited about going back to my drag or even the T-Priv. I like that mod better. But it's got a good feel in the hand. Yeah. It's reliable. It does exactly what it's supposed to. One big con I forgot to mention that fucking bugs the shit out of me. This thing has got one of the most inaccurate battery readers I've ever seen in my life. Yeah,
this will hit 0, and you're like,
continue to vape.
Yeah, it'll continue to vape. And like, oh, my batteries are on 0, and you put them on a charger, and they still have like 3.6 volts. So
I put a fresh set of batteries in it the first day I had it on the road with me at work, and it was funny because I was in this thing almost 2 hours and it still had not read anything below 100%.
And then all of a sudden,
it drops down to like 67%. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that on just normal day life things, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely a little bit of an inaccurate. It's kind of like the the Banshee.
Right.
It's kind of like the Banshee, super inaccurate battery meter, but regardless, the battery life...
Like I say, it just kind of bugged me because I could never really pinpoint
when the battery
was going to die. You know, it was sitting at 1 or 2%, but it's vaping like it's at 100% still.
I was definitely excited when I saw this. Unfortunately, I don't know. Would I buy it again? No. You know what? I'm going to get, like I said, it gets a pass from me. If this is what you're looking for, buy it.
Have at it. I have no complaints. It is a functional mod. There are a few little things that I don't like about it, but
I've had zero functionality issues with it, other than the battery thing, which is kind of subjective. It works. I've never had any pulsing. It doesn't misfire on me. I don't get a weak battery light like some of the mods I have. So I definitely, if you want a resin mod that you can customize yourself, go for it all day long. I would absolutely recommend buying it.
Right.
If that's not something you care about, you just want a mod with a little bit of resin on it, I would go elsewhere.
If you were looking at this mod just kind of like, oh, I don't know, I don't know if I want that, you know, I would say it's worth the $50 to the extent that if that's what you were looking for, a customizable resin mod.
Just keep in mind some of the issues we've had. Now, again, the battery door fit on this one is perfect. On the other panels I have is bad, so keep that in mind. Which doesn't make a lot of sense because you know these are just poured in a mold, so they should all be the same. But whatever.
Right. I guess, like I said, I'm giving it a pass. If this is what you're looking for, go ahead, pick one up. But if like a friend came up to me and said, "Hey man, I want a resin mod." Okay, do you care about customability? You know, not really. Drag all fucking the way. Drag. Yeah. It's just a better
kind of overall better mod. Again, would I buy this again? Probably not. Am I mad that I spent $50 on it? No. It's a nice mod.
I'll be sitting at home and you know I'll be like, oh hell, I'll grab that and I'll drink one. You know, I'm not you know hunting down anybody to find another one. You know what I mean? Like, what have you done with the ALEADER?
Right. But anyway, guys, I think that'll do it for us. Overall, I give it probably 5 out of 10 stars, just because I did have some issues with it.
Yeah, 5, 6. You know, it's functional. I have no functionality problems with it. It's just a lot of little things on the first outing you can see.
Just some
I'd like to see them go back, redo this, and just kind of take out all those little discrepancies, and it would be a pretty legit mod.
Right.
So yeah, 6 out of 10 stars for me. Yeah. But you know what? You guys tell us what you think. Leave a comment if you'd like. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the channel. And
check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at InBetween2Beards. If you just want to touch base with us, send us an email, inbetween2beards@gmail.com. And until next time, guys, vape on.
Vape on.